All right, now, this is door, like front door. Hoima, Akasha, here, to present the third part of a three-piece business plan that would be as if to be presented as three different businesses, but it's actually a farmland where multiple businesses would be run from. So the next part I'm going to get into here now as I turn into the catch and cook container cabins. The catch and cook container cabins is a very fun setup for a very fun business, because you gotta wear some of the safety hunting gear so that people can see you, and we're definitely gonna have on-site first aid because accidents still do happen. We're gonna be selling slingshots that we'll buy from some other company in bulk, Canadian of course, and we'll also be selling compound arrows for adults, people over a certain age, and then we'll have safety measures and safety rules. There'll be inbounds and out of bounds areas, certain livestock that will be put up for game will be also free range, obviously free range livestock that they'll get to run around, but within a certain space so that they don't go out in the wild. And people that register to stay for the catch and cook cabins, if they come to stay in camp, they have to register in a way to explain what they're planning to hunt on what days. And you know, if they're going to eat all the meat right then and there, or are they planning to pack the meat in a cooler and take it home. Stuff like that we need to know, because they're going to have to pay for all of these things. They can bring their own hunting equipment, just no guns, because we're not going to be, we're going to have to hire some trained professionals that are hunters that also live on the farm. Because the thing about this is it's play game. It's not actual wild game. It's a certain type of livestock that will be taken care of on the farm. That livestock gets to run around free range, and they're all accounted for, and their population is taken care of and managed. So when we start running, if we start running low on bunny rabbits, we'll have to take that off of the list for the season. If we start running low on fishes, we take that off for the season and manage that particular livestock until their numbers come back. And then people that come to stay at the catch and cook cabins, the cabins will be set up to medium comfort, medium luxury, medium living conditions. So living conditions that are completely legal, one, but then two, it's not going to be, you know, 5-star, super classy, you know, all that stuff like that. It's going to be like, hey, you're a camper, you're a survivor, here's your bed, here's the little cooking stove and all this stuff that you need, and the space to put your fishing rod aside, and buckets and this and that and whatever have you. The inside of the shipping containers will be set up so that you can sleep and stay comfortably for at least 2 weeks. So with that, obviously, for it to work out, we'll have to hire home builders that are experienced with shipping containers and turning shipping containers into living spaces, not just for the catch and cook cabins, but also for accommodating staff. Yeah, for accommodating staff and for people that might want to live with us. Every now and then, as time passes and the farm grows into a bigger, stronger farm, we're going to have to order more shipping containers, and we're going to have to call and hire a home designer to come and design more homes to accommodate more people that might want to live at Akashique Agro Canadian Culture Community. So it's also building habitat for humanity, and then that habitat for humanity would be based on generating a whole bunch of food to go on the market. One thing that gets me excited is for the main house farming scheme is growing spinach plus. Spinach plus as in spinach and its cousins, kale and callaloo, and whatever nutritious cousins that are easy to grow. Those leaves are hyper nutritious, they're good on the market, and they grow in the winter time a little bit too. So there's some smart farming to be had. Another serious cash crop is garlic. I already mentioned that really quick, but I didn't get into it. Dude, garlic vitamin is sold out, and I won't even explain why. I'm just trying to tell you that when you look in the vitamin section to look for the garlic vitamin, you'll notice that they're sold out, or maybe there's only one left. Okay? So, like I said, some things on the farm may not sell very quickly. They might not catch on very quickly, but some things will be selling as soon as we pull them out. They will have to go. So different wheels will be spinning at different speeds, but we'll have multiple wheels spinning in a most natural manner, eco-friendly. So right now, for this presentation, yeah, that's a big truck, kind of hard to ignore that one. But for this presentation, it's a focus on the catch and cook container cabins as a business, a front-end business for the the Akashique Agro Canadian Culture Community. Okay, so we'll be farming bunny rabbits, we'll be farming fish, and maybe if we're allowed to run certain domestic animals as game, if we're allowed to, we would farm goats also, but that's for the big hunters that want big game. And if it can be done completely legally on the farm, to set up the farmland at a certain area to be like a hunting site. So that way, if you want to train kids how to hunt and give them that basic training, they can get that there. It should be totally ideal for scouts groups to come, because it's all set up for you to do your fishing, for you to catch worms or buy worms because we farm them, and certain types of baits and whatever, or just volunteer. Now, with the livestock that we would be running for the hunting, we would also have another section where there is absolutely no hunting and nothing is being fired over there. No bow and arrows and no slingshots. And no fishing baits will be slung around the area, where there's a little petting zoo for little cute kids that don't need to do any hunting. They just need to look at some animals. We'll have a little petting zoo area where you can just take it easy and order the food that we have on our menu, which is nature themed local foods. Nature themed. Yeah. So with that, you would have you'd have the petting zoo off away from the hunting, and then you'd have the catch and cook cabins for the main front registry, all at the front inside. You register inside the main building, and then that's it. Enjoy your stay. We just need to do a bit of research to find out what animals are we allowed to run as play game. Because like I said, we'd like pheasants, chicken, and quail. And we can take it easy from there, right? But like I said, if the farm does good, we'll want to get more birds, because I actually love turkey. But there's no reason to get turkeys in there unless you can put wild turkeys in the catch and cook cabin. So if that works out, if we're allowed to do that, that's okay. But certain animals that are wild, they're going to wind up being domesticated, because we want to take responsibility in keeping their population up in case we get a lot of campers. We don't want the campers eating up all the animals. Plus, we have to keep the animals in check, because we don't want their population to jump out of control. You already know how bunny rabbits work. So it's just got to be eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, and not expensive. A lot of the food that the customers would be eating is food that was generated on the property. As time goes by, it'll be that way. But if we start getting people right at the start before we grew anything, then obviously that food would be from off of the market, or like for people that come and check out the petting zoo, or people that go to the bed and breakfast, they're not there to hunt. They're likely to use the restaurant that's going to be there in the main big house on the farmland. So everywhere you look, there's another business being run. You have to have some kind of restaurant, cafe, bar. It's just got everything, but it's just comfortable, no big deal. No karaoke. Very subtle. Nature themed, with a little bit of hunter theme, with a little bit of farmer theme, without it clashing. Right? So the bigger kids that are ready for hunting, they'll go and do that at the catch and cook cabin. And then if there's little kids that aren't ready for that, there's still things for them to do, because there's still the petting zoo and the restaurant, and we'll have staff there to keep the kids busy with other activities, because we'd like to teach certain things like permaculture and how to deal with plants. So there'll be a lot of people hired for a lot of different jobs. So yeah, hire staff, have quails. Yeah, we hire staff and we live there. We need to do the finance research. So again, I'm kind of calling out for anyone that wants to join in. If you can help with doing the financial research on these businesses, and if they haven't been presented properly the way I've presented them, maybe we can rewrite it, restructure it, and then come back with it as a group after we've done the market research on the whole thing, right? Because for one thing, according to my research, is business grants come bigger if they're female name on the business, right? So right now I'm living in Quebec. I'm into Quebec. I like it and I respect it, but my French is very poor, so I don't have that much proof. But what I would do is I would put my business names in French at the first. So Akashique is spelled the French way with a Q. Akashique Agro-Canadian Culture Community. It's a big name, so we'll just call it AA Farm. It should be on top of the new list of the new farms, of the new way, of the new norm, of the new health factor and new healthiness. And it's open to everyone, providing you're someone that cares and you're a humanitarian and you're about being peaceful and you're about healthiness and you're about love and care, then we'd like to have you. Okay? Even if you're vegan and you might have a problem with the hunter kids and their hunter parents doing the catch and cook, staying at the catch and cook cabins, right? But what our group is about is we're not just about working with nature and being open-minded, and we're not just about being accommodative, but we're about we're about being accommodative too. That's actually it. Okay? We gotta allow people to have their own point of view and be non-conflicting, be humanitarian, utilize diversity. So anyways, I don't want to get into that because I'm not book writing right now. It's just a basic business plan that I think I'm actually already, because I'm almost finished, but with the catch and cook cabins, it would be the cabins would be designed to accommodate 2 to 3 persons. So like 2 parents and a kid, or 2 kids and their apparent. And the people that would be using the cabins together are people that already live together. So being that they already live together, once they go in the cabin, or they go fishing, or they go hunting with the slingshot, or hunting with the compound arrow, they'll be able to social distance the whole time, because most of the activities are outside, and then when it's time to cook, it's just you and your family on the inside there, so you're already social distancing properly. Another good point is that, multi-usage of livestock. So some of the livestock, right, will be for going on the market, like our chicken, our eggs, our bunnies, whatever. If we get them up in high numbers, we'll put them on the market. We know that the cash crops are for the market, like garlic. But just for the statement is the livestock would be multi-purpose used, because we would use them as food for ourselves, food for the restaurant, food for the catch and cook campers that come to stay, and also food to be sold on the market. So that's why we shouldn't hold back with managing the compost. We shouldn't hold back with farming the bugs. The whole thing is like a waterfall, so once you get it going, it'll have residual momentum keeping itself going. Keep in mind, there'll be mushroom farming there too. All right, so for the catch and cook farm, the catch and cook part of the farm, it's got a lot of fun aspects too, because we'll be farming more than one type of fish. And like I said, we're going to be trying to farm crayfishes. I mentioned that earlier. And we'll try to find out what we're allowed to farm that's semi-wild local life form to be used as. Oh, that's a good hat. That's actually a good hat. I don't know. Oh, it's his hat? It's his hat. Oh, okay. Je ne sais.
Hats dropping from the sky.
Exactly. I don't know. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Catch you next time, and thanks for checking it out. That's Dor Hoima Akasha with a good business plan this time, so please get back to me when we find out what we want to do.